is one of the two best pure athletes we have in HCW. The other one being Jay Flash, as much as I hate it. As far as pure athleticism, they're two in the they're two of the best. And when I was wrestling Tony, he kept coming at me, and he kept his pace going.
That's something that you have to consider when you're facing Tony's got a non-stop motor in him. He does not know the meaning of the word quit.
And that was when I was going over tape and my preparation for the title match, I tried to my whole game plan was to go in there, slow him down.
Try to keep that motor silent.
And I did, for the most part, but then he'd pick up that pace, and like I said, for the first time, you figure I've been wrestling since 2007, that's the first time I ever fought in a match, I could possibly lose this match.
Series of shots to the upper body by Keith Haught, tries to kind of running into the far rope, and charging forearm strike. Big European uppercut.
And I worked on some different combinations, like, if people sleep on I call it the Anne Hathaway, the Boston Crab Lion Tamer, and my super kicks that I happen to call Starstruck. People sleep on those because I use the LRL a lot now. And Tony scouted it up because I thought, hey, I'm going to break out the Starstruck in this match. And I threw that kick. As soon as
Sorry to interrupt you here, Max. Huge release German suplex there by Keith Haught.
As soon as he caught my foot and turned, that was one of the combos I worked on. He caught it, he spun it, and I leaped off one foot, LOL, into the match, and I had a big sigh of relief afterwards.
He had you on your toes for most of that match, absolutely.
So, Tony Johnson's definitely a force to be reckoned with, and when I come back, if he happens to have the Madhouse title, I'm gonna, and I think he can do it too. I think he's gonna get over this mental lapse. The big knock on Tony is he always chokes in the big matches, and I think he's gonna overcome it. But I will say this: that I am very, very happy that Keith Haught is a champion in HCW. That kid has so much untapped potential. And he's the nicest guy that you'll ever meet.
If I'm wrong now, the only member of Team West Virginia and not hold hold now is
all of them.
All of them are top one now?
Yeah, Tyler Cross, Keith Haught, Edric Everhart, Tony Johnson. Yeah, he's the only one in HBW that has not held a belt.
Which goes back to our theory about
that Tony's kind of a choke artist. He always, like you said, he has all the talent in the world, but it's that big match situation that Tony...
For some odd reason, once the pressure's on, he tends not to be able to get the job done.
Yeah. And that's why, and I banked on that a lot in the match too. I think that's why he came at me at such a lightning fast pace. I think he wanted to get that 1, 2, 3 at, obviously within the rules, but
this is something that you raised in your conversation with him in the promo you had before you guys ended up meeting each other. Is that Tony Johnson has a reputation for not being able to get the job done.
Well, and it's proven. I mean, how many times has he had a shot at the Madhouse title like against Jay Flash? Jay Flash always seems to get the win. How many times has Tony and Keith in one-on-one situations, Tony has more wins over Keith, but the number one contendership was on the line on the big stage. That set the standard, and Keith got the win.
Big strike to the back there. Oh, big forearm. Ooh, right hand.
Oh, nice.
Keith got that foot up high.
And I'll tell you what, Keith, don't let his stature fool you. This guy is
incredibly agile for a man his size, absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, by far the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He's so friendly, so polite. Makes you
he might be looking for the finish here, going for that hook kick again. Big back elbow by the Iceman, Tony Johnson. Tony holding that neck though, so clearly the effects that Scott have been doing are taking action. Big clothesline.
And I hope to see Tony, overcome that mental block, because he has all of the tempo to hold the man outside. He really does.
Side backbreaker, but you got to question Tony using a move like that against a guy the size of Keith Haught there. Does it do more damage to his own knee?
Well, I don't think his knee's been in the question. I think it's his neck, and here he goes.
I set it up.
The only bad thing about the stomp is he's kind of telegraphing. And that's how I knew he was going for it. Because
oh! Not going to matter. Ice pick kick lands on Keith Haught. Well, I think that's going to send us home here in the cover. 2, 3, no!
Big kick out.
I bought it.
I didn't lie.
The fans are behind both people.
And like I said, the bad thing about like stomping your foot and everything, and that's one thing. I worked with Vinny Stone a lot as a
body block rolled through by Keith. Looks like he's going to try to pick the Iceman up. Going for that exploder. Oh, on his head! On his head!
And there's the dump. Well, like I was saying, I was kind of, you know, I don't want to say mentored, but I guess tutored, I guess you can say, by Vinny Stone. I would send him some of the video, and I even asked him, you know, during our series matches, what was one of the big things? Oh, big kick out by Tony Johnson on that exploder.
Both men have kicked out of the other's finishers here.
I don't think Keith got all of it, though. That's the
no, it looked like he got all of it, because it looked like Tony came down right on the side of his head.
I just don't think he had it blocked as tight as he could have. So.
Okay, that I will grant you. He didn't have a good grip on it, but he did get the flow over quite nicely.
But like I was saying, and I even asked him, I'm like, you know, what was the big thing? He's like, dude, I always knew when you were going for the super kick that you telegraphed that stomp. And I think that's a bad thing. And yeah, you know, it builds the crowd up and the crowd loves it, but I mean, it telegraphs it. And that's one thing I noticed with Tony. Every time he set up the ice pick pin, he would stomp. And he was telling me, come on, Max, come on, Max. So I knew as soon as I was going to stand up, as soon as I heard him start to run, to move out of the way. And I think that's just one of the big things a lot of guys do is they telegraph the move. And that's one of the things that I look for when I'm in the ring. And this is going to hurt. Oh! Well, that's what hurt.
To the face. Maybe a victory roll here by the Iceman.
Victory roll!
Victory roll! 2, 3!
No, shoulder up! Shoulder up! The ref saying 2. I thought that was a 3 count.
That looked like 3.
That was a 3 count to me. That sounded like, but I guess not. The referee saying 2, and we obviously have to go off the ref. That was a huge victory roll.
Well, actually, it was a not so victory roll. It was an almost victory roll.
Shove.
Okay.
You're killing me, Small.
Oh, Caddyshack. Gotta love it.
Sandlot. Anyway.
Caddyshack, too.
Killing me, Small was in Caddyshack? Really? Alright, well, no one cares. Sandlot was better. But anyway.
Tony got him off here.
I would not be going for the suplex at this point in time. He's high. Oh, nothing. Oh, roll up.